time yourself while driving.
Yes.
These are still part of essentials that makes up the car performing its duty appropriately or delivering the accurate.
Yeah.
Now, apart from that, also we have what we could talk about, um, modification of your car,
Yeah.
which is still reason why you feel some said, oh, the engine capacity of this car is not giving them the best of what they want.
Mm-hmm.
There are some cars you can change the engine. So now you go for a bigger engine and fix it in that car in order to get what? A better performance.
Yeah.
Now, let me use an example of probably a Toyota,
Mm-hmm.
or let me not use Toyota, a car, right?
Yeah.
Now you feel you could actually swap a
Yeah.
V4, a four-plug engine to a V6 engine.
Okay.
Why do they create the V4? Why do they create the V6? It's because you want a higher performance.
Yeah.
Some says it's too light when traveling on a V4, while some says it's very sweet while going on a V6. Same way some says it's better when you go on a V8. Are you
Okay.
seeing those capacity levels?
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
cannot afford to move on a speed lane. Some choose to go on a slow lane. So it is still the performance of each of the sections that makes everyone have a reason to say, oh, I like this A or B performance
Mm-hmm.
in a particular car or in a particular choice you just want to get out of a vehicle.
All right, there you have it. And always right here on this show, I like to have you join the conversation. And like I always say, right, if you are a car dealer or a car spare part seller, you sell engine oil, you sell plug, whatever it is that you deal with that has to do with cars, don't hesitate to bring it here on radio, especially on this segment. Let's help you with publicity with whatever it is that you sell that has to do with cars. And of course, you can also join the conversation. Probably you have a question for my guest, or you have something to add up to our conversation right here on radio. Let's hear you on 09073530044 or 09087668888. Send us a WhatsApp message on 09050. All right, so back to you, Mr. Odidi.
Okay, so
Now, okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just want to talk about the suspension. Now, for a good functionality of a particular car, now
Okay.
imagine you don't have a shock in your car.
Okay.
And it means that at every bumps or um, hill you need to go through, you find out that the body keeps eating, that's the shocks keeps eating the body because there's no filler in between.
There's
The
no
shock
filler.
is
Okay.
empty. That's why when you enter bumps, you find your car makes some huge sound, like
Yeah,
your
yeah.
body is actually hitting the ground or eating the car part itself. Then also, we talk about the transmission. Now, the
Okay.
transmission supposed whereby you're accelerating and you're not moving at the
Yeah,
accurate speed.
yeah.
You see,
It's those elements that increase efficiency in engine.
well, efficiency in an engine, it's one, your lubricant, your oil. Now, it
Okay.
requires you to change your oil of a car at every due or circulated time. Now, for you that travel based on some certain kilometers, you'll find out that by the time you flog that oil traveling a long distance, it will be required of you to change it because you flogged a distance that might not cover if you are within the community. Come back home, go to the market, come back home. But this engine is running for almost 10 or more hours on the
Yes.
road just in a day. So such cases is expected to change your air. Also, the transmission fluid.
Okay.
Now, you find out that if you start having problem with your gear selection, it is be required of you to check your gear transmission fluid because some has been
That's the
there.
one that is called ATF oil.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Because some of the ground also, and in doing that, V6 and this is a V8.
Okay.
So they have run a full check. It's for you to just see it because it's physically seen. Now,
Okay.
how you now use it is what is well accepted. Someone can drive a V8 like you're driving
Yeah.
a V4. Do you understand? So it's just the capacity, it's just the knowledge of you being aware that this is what you're carrying,
Okay.
right? You carry an iPhone, all you do is just WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Same Android can still deliver
Yes.
what the WhatsApp is doing, but what the
Android,
difference
the
is
iPhone is doing.
something
Yeah.
more the Android is not doing or
Okay.
doing than the iPhone is doing.
Okay.
So it's just your ability to have knowledge of what you're
But
doing.
is there anything like a best engine amongst them? It varies, right?
Well, it varies. It's just let me still use a literal man example.
Okay.
Now, it's good to eat rice, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you make jollof rice, it makes more sense. If
Mm-hmm.
you eat fried rice, it makes more sense. But
Okay.
somehow they all kind of name rice, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And you enjoy everything at different times.
Mm-hmm.
So, same way as engine, they're all good engine, but the usage or the application of the usage is what makes it last longer or ends up
Now, can you say, okay, these are the things I need to do as a car owner to make my engine accelerate fast?
in check while making a
Okay.
purchase. After making a purchase, your maintenance of such engine. If you're traveling or you're a frequent person on the road, it
Yeah.
requires you to service your car as at when due. Ensure
Okay.
you do a check of your engine oil every morning just to be sure that your car is in a good state. Once your oil is black or fainted, you're required to change your oil and renew it.
Sorry. Okay, so now before we move to the next conversation, right, I want to know, all right, and I believe that anyone that is listening to us this evening will also want to know. Does changing engine oil rather, affects your engine speed? For instance, probably you had started maintaining your car
Okay.
with this particular
Oil.
engine oil, and then for some reason you can no longer access that oil, or maybe it's not in the market, or as a supply might just be maybe there's
Delay
deficiency,
in supply
yeah,
and all
kind
that.
of. So if you change the
The oil.
oil to another one, does that affect your engine speed?
No. If you say it affects the engine, I could say yes, but not the
Okay.
speed. The speed is you determine the speed level
Okay.
because this acceleration gives you a calculated numbers or a calculated ratio for
Okay.
you to move per second.
Okay.
How you accelerate determine how best you can calculate and move faster.
Okay.
So it's not about the changing of oil. The changing of oil can affect an engine because we might not be able to tell if the first oil you put is actually a bad one, and if it's a good one, we might not so sure that the one you're putting in now is a
Yeah,
lesser
but
grade.
definitely experienced drivers, right, usually know the oil that is best for their car once they do servicing.
What makes you think everybody's experienced?
Yeah, I
You have so much people on the road, but we still have road crashes,
yeah,
right?
that's true. That's true. I agree with you 100%.
So,
I agree with
so
you.
let's just leave it open that it is expected to be sure of the next oil you're changing
Yes.
if need be to change your oil. You can best get some little advice, checking out the last oil you used,
Okay.
and the mechanic can actually still give you a clue to the next one you could use if the previous one is not available. So,
Okay. So let me understand what you mean by engine toning.
okay, engine turning. Well, we could tag it as an overall, all in.
Okay.
Um, there are some engines that are bad in the
Okay.
process of longevity usage. It's been
Okay.
long, they've worn it out, and all the car keeps doing now is start smoking.
Okay. Okay.
So now they can re-ring such car.
Okay.
They open up the engine, they check out the crankshaft, put up some repairs on it, and you find out that by the time they are done working with this car
It
or
comes
with
back
this engine,
new.
it comes back relatively new. New is new. So
Okay.
second new is relatively new.
Yes, the word
So
relatively
they brings it
new.
back to life and you find out that your car no longer smokes. So
Okay. So
imagine.
how about the accessory installation?
Well, the accessory will still be gotten at the market because they removed this from a particular car that has been bad or that is not bad but has a scrap issue, and other parts that makes up that car are still available. So it's to do minus A plus B plus C
Yeah.
plus D makes up another part for another car. So a thousands of cars are parked at the workshop, and a thousand of cars still goes out daily. So a remove and fix system just to keep the car running.
All right, if you are just joining us, this is Top Gear on Eagles 102.3 FM, your radio experience. You can count on. My name is Holy Ray, and I am having this conversation with Odidi Oluwaseun. And today we are talking about car engine performance. And of course, we're looking at everything around the engine and how it can give you that efficient speed and smooth drive
Yeah.
like you always wanted it to be and all of that. And he's talking across so many areas that you need to look out for. He talked about the tires, he talked about the wiper, he talks about the engine oil. He also talks about you making sure that you know when your engine is having,
Due to
yes,
service.
is due for service and all of that, so that it doesn't just stop you on the road. I'm always very, very skeptical about cars stopping somewhere on the
I'm
road,
sure somebody gives signs. It's just that
especially at night, man.
it gives signs. It's just unfortunate that maybe funds might not actually allow every individual to attend to all the needs at
At the
once.
adequate time.
And also the mechanics too can actually be frustrating. So you're trying your best
Yes.
to endure and endure and endure, and you find out that, well, endurance catch up to you on the endurance road. So, but part of all this are still the upgrade. We didn't talk
Yeah.
about the upgrade.
Yes, please. That's
The
that's what we should talk about now, because few minutes we'll be wrapping up.
the
So
the upgrade of cars. You find out that recently now people can actually upgrade a Camry to a Lexus or a Lexus to another make. So, development or globalization or the change in the system has led to people having different ideas on how to pimp their car.
remodel their car.
Yes, give
Okay,
it
so
a
the
different face.
remodeling is the upgrading.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Now, you just as you are now, if you choose to want to change your face look, we can actually put up a powder and make you look
Yeah, definitely
totally
different. Yeah.
So that
that's
same
true.
way is what they do to car, upgrading it. You find out the seat of the car can be changed and redesigned to the nature of what you want. The body
Oh,
of the car can be painted to what you want.
okay.
The light, looking at some other examples, can still be changed, right? And it gives you a different specification, and you'll be wondering, you can have like four parts in one car, making up a different brand on its own.
On his or on the same car.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so now how I don't know how to put that in English now, but how possible can that be achieved here in Nigeria?
Well, it's very possible. I'm sure some have done it over and over. Using an example of people at Apple Market or Apple
Okay.
Village, those have some workshops area whereby they do
Okay,
some
so all you need to
dressing,
do is tell them, okay, this is what I want and this is what I want.
and they
Okay.
would indirectly still advise you as follows. If you need more advice on your specification, how best they can bring it out and give you a good deal of car modification.
All right, so if you're just joining us, this is Top Gear segment on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja with Holy Ray and Mr. Odidi Oluwaseun. Today we're talking about car performance and upgrade, and of course, definitely I'm still going to have you throw more light on the upgrade, because a lot of persons need to know what they need to do to make the car more comfortable for them the way they want it to be. Some of us, we feel like, okay, you've driven a particular car for like 3 years, and now you're tired of the car, and now things are pretty expensive.
And they don't want to buy a
Very,
new
very
car.
expensive. So if you don't have money to, change the entire car, like buy a new, what can you do
Well,
to
you-
upgrade
you-
that car to a little bit standard that
Well,
you
you
can
could
be
try. You
comfortable
could
with?
try to visit us at Skywise. We could try and educate you on how we
If
can
you
help
mention Skywise again, you pay us. If you mention it again,
How
you pay
best we
us.
can help you modify your car. Definitely you can't change the size of the car. It has to be some features within the car and some outer look of the car that can be changed.
Yes.
So we would advise you as follows, to let you have an idea of what and what will be changed. If comfortable by you, we'll proceed and we give you a good result. But the point there is the face of the car will totally be different from what you bring the car in.
Yes, because I recently saw someone that changed a Honda Civic of 1999 model. They opened the roof, They did a whole lot of work in that car, changed the boots.
Nigeria is just filled with so much wisdom. So
That's the
we just
thing.
need encouragement from the government, encouragement from the private sector,
I was
and
shocked. I'm
encouragement
like,
from the community. and
guy, but this
themselves.
is your same Honda that I know. And he said, yes. I said, how did you do it? I mean, they changed the wheels, they changed the.
A lot of modifications.
Yes,
on the car
the boot is now looking smaller. Before it used to be longer and deep and then everything. So I believe that is actually possible right here in Nigeria. But with the right plug, that is why I'm saying you should come and take over this show. Take over this show.
We'll do more.
So
We'll
that
do
you can
more.
make money.
Yeah.
Let's make money and you will also make money. But I don't know what you are wasting time with that.
Very
I'm
soon.
sorry, but I have to say it on air. You are wasting time.
Don't worry, you will catch up with us.
You are the boss.
Yeah.
All right, so at this point, I'm just going to ask for your final take on the topic of discussion. So we wrap up the show and then step aside.
Okay. Performance in the car, it's being assessed by every individual. So for full performance, ensure your car is properly maintained and serviced as at when due. And also for upgrade, for a good upgrade, ensure your decisions are right and ensure you give it to a proper, well-managed engineer to see to your proper upgrade of your car. On this note, we say thank you for listening.
And as far as car is concerned, please don't take any sign or any sound that you're hearing in your car for granted. Everything that you are hearing, it means you've got to do something. And for those of us that are driving some, remodel, sophisticated cars, look your dashboard. Back in the days, when you look at your dashboard, you see that even there is there is a light for tire.
Yellow warning light for tires,
There is
wiper,
everything,
seat belts,
seat belt, and all of
engine
that.
checks,
It's very, very important that you take anything that concerns your car very seriously, because that is what conveys you in and out. And there have been a whole lot of crash, especially in our city capital. We don't know why that is emanating from, but whatever it is that is causing that, if it's traffic, just obey traffic rules, do the needful, drive. I like it when you guys said you're not just driving your car, but you're driving and you're driving the
for
other
the other
person's
person.
car. So when you're driving, you take a look at your front and your back, make use of all your mirrors. Your safety is what Eagles FM is more concerned about. All right, so make sure you drive safe and stay safe. And above all, we've talked about car maintenance today. Car performance. I beg your pardon. So make sure that you also listen to this car sound when you're driving, so that if there is a change in the sound, you would definitely, take note and then do the needful, whatever it is. And if you cannot find your audio, just like the example I made few minutes here,
mechanical,
so seek a mechanical advice, because some engines have a serial number.
Yeah.
So according to the paramedics in this field of mechanics,
automobile.
let me use the word automobile. They will definitely let you know, okay, this serial number can go with this oil. The engine oil to have a capacity. Yeah. It has a level that is it can carry. The engine capacity can carry. So you make sure that you seek the advice of the automobile's engineer, so that you don't endanger the life of your engine or car, whatever it is that has to do with car, is pretty expensive. So you had better take care of the one you have until you get another one. Yeah. So you don't overlook things, and then at the end of the day, you have nothing to fall back to. And then all of you that are driving in hurry, beating traffic, back in FCT, be calming down, because 1 minute will just change the whole scenario for you.
I saw one
on your way here.
Same route, and
so you see, you've got to be careful. I think at this point, it is not how fast you drove to get to your venue. It is how safe you were able to drive to your location. That is the most important thing for me. So whatever it is, you're driving in the city, you keep a minimal speed limit, yes, so that you don't cause problems, so that if there's anyone coming to look for your trouble, you can definitely find your way out and just avoid that incident from happening. So this is where we get to draw the curtain on the Top Gear segment here on Eagles 102.3 FM, your radio experience you can count on. Don't forget to go check us out on YouTube and Facebook on the live stream, even this live stream. Go there, comment and share your thought with us. Also share your experience. Whatever it is that you are going through in the hands of mechanics or car dealers,
You will overcome.
make sure that you put it down there, pen it there for us, so that we will know what to talk about. I think your contribution, and of course, will definitely help us to have shall I say, a side of attraction, so that we'll know what side we should talk about when we come back on the show. And until next time, don't forget, follow us on all social media handles at Eagles FM Abuja. And you might just want to check me out on Facebook, Rachel Aben. And my friend right here.
Oluwaseun Odidi.
All right. And until next week, Tuesday, don't forget 4 p.m. is the time. My name is Holy Ray, and I am saying bye for now. And thank you for coming on the show,
You're
sir.
welcome.